The most dangerous predator doesn't scream. He invites you in for tea. They call it the dark empath. High empathy combined with dark triad traits. They feel your pain and weaponize it. This isn't horror movie fiction. Research shows up to 20% of people may fit this profile. The person who understands you perfectly might be the one planning your collapse. Friedrich Nietzsche once wrote, "He who fights with monsters should look to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you." Tonight, we are looking into the abyss, and the abyss has very kind eyes. Part 1. The myth of the soulless predator. For the last 30 years, pop psychology has taught us a comforting lie. We were told that dangerous people lack empathy. We were told that if someone is a sociopath, they cannot feel your pain. We built alarm systems around the cold, the distant, the robotic, but science has recently caught up to something Shakespeare knew 400 years ago. William Shakespeare wrote in Julius Caesar, "Yon Cassius has a lean and hungry look. He thinks too much. Such men are dangerous." Cassius wasn't a brute. He was a thinker. He felt the room. In 2020, a team of researchers led by Alexander Haim at Nottingham Trent University used latent profile analysis on a large sample. They looked for the dark triad, narcissism, Machiavellianism, psychopathy, but they found a fourth cluster, a ghost in the machine. These individuals scored high on dark traits, but they also scored high on effective empathy. They feel what you feel. They cry at movies, they hug stray animals, and then they ruin your life. The dark empath does not lack empathy. They weaponize it. While the psychopath sees your sadness as an inconvenience, the dark empath sees your sadness as a map to your control panel. Part 2. The 3 layers of the weapon. To understand how the dark empath controls you, you must abandon the idea that emotion equals safety. We have been trained to trust the person who says, "I feel your pain." But what if feeling your pain is the first step to causing it? There are 3 mechanisms to this weapon. First, cognitive empathy as a stethoscope. Cognitive empathy is the ability to identify exactly what another person is feeling without absorbing it yourself. Doctors use it to diagnose. Dark empaths use it to triangulate. They listen to your childhood wound, the one you told them in confidence at 2 a.m., and they log it in a mental filing cabinet labeled future leverage. Second, the emotional void. George Orwell wrote, "He who controls the past controls the future. He who controls the present controls the past." The dark empath controls your emotional history. They will mirror your highest highs and lowest lows. You will say, "I've never met anyone who understands me like this." That is not love, that is reconnaissance. Third, the ugly hero narrative. This is the masterstroke. The dark empath will position themselves as the victim who saves you. They will tell you a tragic story about their own abuse. They will cry genuine tears, and then they will say, "Everyone leaves me, you won't, right?" You are now trapped not by fear, but by guilt. Part 3, the signs, the diagnosis. How do you know if you are standing in front of a dark empath? Not a narcissist, they are loud. Not a psychopath, they are boring. Look for 3 specific contradictions. 1, the soft smile during hard news. When you share a tragedy, the dark empath offers perfect words of comfort. But watch their micro-expressions. For a split second, a flicker, you will see satisfaction. Your pain is their power source. 2, the helper who is always broke. Dark empaths are addicted to the role of rescuer. They will abandon their own life to fix yours. They will drive you to the hospital at 3 a.m. They will lend you money they don't have. But later, when you try to leave, they will hand you a ledger. "After all I did for you." This is not generosity. This is a loan shark contract written in tears. 3, the eulogy of the ex. Listen to how they speak about every single person who left them. Spoiler alert, everyone is crazy. Everyone betrayed them. They will say, "My ex was a narcissist." The dark empath is the only personality type that diagnoses everyone else with personality disorders. Marcel Proust said, "The real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes." Open your eyes. The red flag is not anger. The red flag is a grave that flowers. Part 4. The Labyrinth of Gaslighting. The most dangerous tool of the dark empath is not manipulation, it is plausible deniability. Because they feel the emotions they display, they pass every lie detector test. When you confront them, "You hurt me," they do not laugh like a sociopath. They cry, they shake, they whisper, "How could you say that? I love you more than anyone. I am literally crying right now because your accusation is so painful." And you believe them, because the tears are real. This is the labyrinth of gaslighting. You are trapped in a maze where the walls are made of genuine human emotion. You begin to doubt reality. You think, he wouldn't cry if he was lying, she wouldn't shake if she didn't care. Carl Jung warned, "The meeting of two personalities is like the contact of two chemical substances. If there is any reaction, both are transformed." The dark empath knows this. They do not want to destroy you quickly. They want to transform you into a ghost who apologizes for having a pulse. Part 5. The dark empath's prison. You have learned how to spot them. You have learned how to leave. But there is a question we have not yet asked. A question that makes psychologists uncomfortable. What is it like to be the dark empath? We demonize them as monsters. But monsters do not weep at sad commercials. Monsters do not stay up all night worrying about their mother's health. The dark empath does all of this. And then at 3 p.m. the next day, they destroy a co-worker's reputation with a perfectly calibrated whisper. They live in a private hell. Because they have high affective empathy, they feel the pain they cause. But because they have high dark traits, they justify it instantly. The cycle is brutal. Hurt someone, feel genuine shame, reframe themselves as the victim, repeat. Carl Jung called this the shadow. He wrote, "Everyone carries a shadow, and the less it is embodied in the individual's conscious life, the blacker and denser it is. The dark empath has not integrated their shadow, they have become it, and they hate themselves for it. But self-hatred for them is not a call to change, it is a license to destroy." Part 6. The Mirror Test. Are you one of them? This is the part of the video where most viewers exhale. You've been nodding along, pointing your finger at an ex, a parent, a boss. But I have to ask you a harder question. What if you are the dark empath? Not the cartoon villain. The person who feels deeply, who cries at injustice, who volunteers at shelters, and yet leaves a trail of broken friendships behind them. The person who says, "I'm just too empathetic for this world," while everyone around them looks exhausted. Here are 3 questions for the mirror. 1. Do you often feel that you understand people better than they understand themselves? 2. When someone criticizes you, do you immediately feel a wave of physical pain, followed by a detailed list of their flaws? 3. Have you ever used your own trauma as a reason why someone cannot leave you? Ernest Hemingway wrote, "The world breaks everyone, and afterward many are strong at the broken places, but those that will not break it kills." The dark empath does not break. They bend and then spring back, striking whoever is closest. If these questions made your stomach turn, do not click away. That nausea is the beginning of a cure. Part 7. The Path of Disarmament. The dark empath is not a life sentence, it is a pattern, and patterns can be rewired if the person is willing to endure the one thing they fear most, being truly seen. If you suspect you have these traits, listen carefully. Your empathy is not the problem, your use of empathy is. The protocol for the recovering dark empath. First, separate feeling from action. Just because you feel someone's pain does not give you the right to manage it. When you feel the urge to fix someone, stop. Ask, am I helping or am I collecting a debt? Second, apologize without a backstory. A real apology has no but. No, I was hurting too. No, you provoked me. A real apology sounds like, I hurt you. That is my fault. What can I do? If you cannot say that without adding your own tragedy, you are not apologizing. You are campaigning for sympathy. Third, let people leave. The dark empath's greatest terror is abandonment, so they preemptively trap. Learn to say, if you need to go, I will survive, and mean it. Maya Angelou said, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. Knowing better is this moment. Doing better is tomorrow morning, when you feel the urge to manipulate and you choose silence instead. Final movement, the quiet after the storm. We began with a monster. We end with a choice. The dark empath is not a species. It is a strategy, a desperate, painful strategy born from early wounds. The child who learned that love was conditional, that honesty led to punishment, that the only way to stay safe was to feel everything and trust no one. That child grew up. And now that child has a hand on your life. Whether you are the victim, the perpetrator, or the confused observer, the answer is the same. Boundaries, not walls. Boundaries are permeable. They let love in. They keep control out. Viktor Frankl, who survived the unsurvivable, wrote, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. The dark empath closes that space. They react instantly, with tears, with rage, with rescue. You, however, can reclaim that space. When you feel the pull of a dark empath, whether from outside or inside, pause, take one breath. Ask one question, is this love or is this a transaction? Love expands. Transactions deplete. You are here, watching this because something has depleted you, maybe for years. But depletion is not destiny. The human psyche, like nature, abhors a vacuum. When you stop filling the dark empath's void, the void does not swallow you. It collapses, and in its place you find you again. Not the version of you that walked on eggshells, not the version that apologized for existing, the version that can say with quiet, absolute certainty, I see you, I feel for you, and I am not yours to use. Thank you for staying in the dark with me. Now go turn on the light.